Smolar getting set to kick things off for the Hoosiers. And away we go. Here is Ford. And a shallow kick. Ford tripped up at the 35. Kirk Shiraka, first-year offensive coordinator, coming over from Minnesota. They start on the ground with Noah Kane. But Kane last year setting a program freshman record with 8 rushing scores. It is a next man up velocity, Kirk Shiraka told us yesterday. On play action. Clifford now flushed. Throwing on the run, and he completes right away. Back to Kane. And a good pickup on first down. Meanwhile, Micah McFadden, last year the Hoosiers' leading tackler as a sophomore, played very well against Penn State as well. Pick up a first down.
The deepest room they have on offense. The quarterback draw. And if there was a spot where they could afford to lose somebody as a running back, and that's a great example.
This time it's Ford. Back on the ground and stuffed. They sling it out to Ford. Ford hit shy of the first down.
Got Freiermuth and Brenton Strange down here at the bottom of both tight ends.
They put Strange in motion to Ford. And he's got enough. Ball comes out. And they rule him down. First down. This would seem like Freiermuth territory, their All-American tight end. Instead, Clifford is tripped up inside the 5.
Got 6 offensive linemen right there. 6 offensive linemen in the game here in this power set.
Devin Ford shy. On 3rd and goal. Back to Ford, and he is stuffed.
Same play. Same offensive alignment, same defensive look.
Play action. Freiermuth.
I'm back.
The All-American tight end, Pat Freiermuth, baby Gronk.
Extremely accurate, as you said, and a great athlete, long jumper, triple jumper in high school.
They start on the ground with Stevie Scott, who is going nowhere. Wap Fillier, last year 1,000 yards receiving, just the 7th receiver in program history to reach that milestone. They go empty on 2nd down. Penix has it dropped. Penix pressure coming and dropped right away from the blind side. Yeah, the son rather of Joey Porter, 13 years with the Steelers. Now 3 and out, much different opening drive for Indiana. Of course, Penn State hosting Ohio State next week. Play action, Clifford slings, and it's broken up. He was looking for his true freshman. Meanwhile, it's still Devin Ford. We have not seen Noah Kane since the first few opening plays. Hot in traffic, Freiermuth hauls it in.
Defensive coordinator Kane Womack not going to be happy about that. Had 2 guys essentially pinching on Freiermuth, doubling him, and he gets a big 8-yard gain.
On 3rd and short.
He'll be happy about that, though.
Reese Taylor calling for the fair catch. Ball is out. Flags are down.
Kick catch interference. Kicking team number 37. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
You were born to play that position.
Great necks, great numbers. Both 3rd team all Big Ten.
Stevie Scott trying to get something going on the ground for the Hoosiers. for Freifogel, who makes the catch. 3rd and 3. Penix lobs to the sideline looking for failure, and he overthrows him.
He's seeing the right matchup right there. He's going to the right spots. He's got to execute.
Jahan Dotson calling for the fair catch, and he trips over his own man. Who's got it by the sideline? And the Hoosiers come out of the pile with it. Another fair catch. Dotson sure-handed this time. We'll bring Mike back in. Mike, what do you make of the results?
Well, what they went to is the rule, since it was a muffed punt, then it still essentially is a kick when it was headed toward the sideline.
We appreciate the explanation, as now Penn State has it. Devin Ford, boy, he gets crunched. Pressure coming to Freiermuth. Turns upfield. First down for the Nittany Lions. On the ground to Ford. He's met immediately. Clifford to pass. Looking for Freiermuth. Looks like contact was made as he hauled that in.
Watch the back end of this defense. They're trying to play games with Sean Clifford, showing single high, showing two high, and change it up right out of the snap.
Clifford flushed. Looks underneath, finds Ford out of the backfield. He's got a first down. There's Journey Brown not playing today, might miss the entire season. Lobbing a dangerous pass that's intercepted.
Got a chance.
Inside the 40, Jalen Williams. Now Stevie Scott has had nothing going so far.
Yeah, neat kid, and said a lot of good things, and said it all the right way, very respectfully, but hey, we're going to make the next step, and we're going to do it this year.
He's slinging out to Fillier. Fillier has the first down. Hoosiers coming off their first down of the day. Back to Scott. Three straight run plays to Stevie Scott, who has just enough for the first down for the Hoosiers. Second team all-conference a season ago. They sling it out to Fillier, who avoids what would have been a dangerous hit.
Penn State is selling out to stop these perimeter effectively perimeter runs with the bubble screens.
We have not said Peyton Hendershot's name so far. Last year he set the Hoosiers single-season tight end records in both receptions and yards. Number 86. Penix. Freifogel can't make the catch at a kind of awkward angle inside the 5. Penix. Freifogel cannot make the catch. This is his third ever career attempt. And Campbell knocks it through. Smolar sent to kick it away for the Hoosiers. And through the back of the end zone. Time over the middle, finding Jahan Dotson. Dotson has the first down. Keziah Holmes checks into the backfield. They try to set up the screen. It's snuffed out for a loss. Looking for Daniel George.
Little vertical route off that action.
That was Tywon Mullen, preseason All-Big Ten selection. Had a phenomenal freshman year last season. As Holmes drops it. It looks like Penn State gets on top, and they do.
IU trying to hold their rotation to the last second.
That's Jerome Johnson, Hoosiers active leader in sacks.
False start. Offense, number 53, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Indiana's secondary never shows him the same look pre-snap and post-snap.
Makes it now 3rd and 12. To the boundary and overthrown, looking for Daniel George again. Reese Taylor to return. To the 30. Taylor dropped down shy of the 40. Penix slinging it. And caught by Freifogel. Now the first real productive first down play for Indiana.
They like this 3-by-1 formation into the boundary. We'll see what they build off this.
Penix looking for Freifogel again. This time incomplete with Wilson there once more.
A little bit more continuity on the IU side.
This time they pitch. First time James has touched the ball. And a productive run. He stays on his feet and picks up the first down. Tony, redshirt senior defensive end, a big part of this Nittany Lions defense being helped up. You know, Penn State fans, you can breathe again. Tony was able to walk off on his own power. A scare there for the Nittany Lions. His family making the 11-hour drive from Philadelphia. They said they won't miss a game this year. On first down, Penix rolls out, and for the first time today finds his tight end. Hand off to James, and he's able to stumble forward for the first down. Scott, first down, Peter! 14-yard touchdown, 10-7 over number 8 Penn State with 8:12 to play in the first half. At the goal line, here is Wade bringing it out. Lamont Wade almost tripped up and brought down to the 5. But that special teams tackle. 95 yards to go for Penn State. Their last 3 drives, a couple of punts and an interception. Clifford stepping up. Still looking downfield and dropped down behind the line of scrimmage. To pass again. Freiermuth drops it. 3rd and 10 from the 5. Intercepted for the second time. Inside the 5 and brought down. To Stevie Scott, brought down. Try it again with Scott, and he plunges forward. He is in for the touchdown. His second this quarter.
Ready? Black.
Campbell puts it through. How about this score? 17-7.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
35-yard touchdown run by Sean Clifford has brought the Nittany Lions within arm's reach.
I know you don't like me saying that.
Trying to snap a long streak. 42 straight losses against top 10 foes. Penix. Easy pass to Stevie Scott. A dart thrown, but over the head, looking for Freifogel. Long throw, and the catch made for the first down. Penix the pump.
Got him.
Over the middle.
They're showing pressure, but not coming.
Over the middle. Once again, Marshall has it. He's got another first down. He drops the ball. He drops the ball. Flags come in. Penn State's got it. Marshall is down.
Personal foul. Targeting defense number 40. The play will be under further review.
Now it's good to see Miles Marshall walking off on his own power. Jesse Lucchetta has been disqualified for the rest of this game for targeting, trying to add to a 3-point lead. Penix rolling. And almost has this intercepted.
If Michael Penix Jr. would have been able to get to him.
That was Lamont Wade running in.
Offense, number 1, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Empty backfield for Penix.
Penn State playing man-free again against this empty look.
Looking for failure, incomplete. And they decided earlier that the 35-yard line was the line of demarcation for field goal range. They're at the 31. Penix incomplete. Well, looks like he's got plenty of leg on this one. Number 8 Penn State trailing with 13:18 to play. We'll take a knee. Now Clifford had the 35-yard touchdown run to bring this game closer. Remember last year in Happy Valley had the 9-minute touchdown drive he orchestrated in the fourth quarter to help seal that game. As he runs it on first down, some pressure from James Head to flush him out of the pocket. Friarmuth wide open over the middle for the first down. 7 catches to lead all receivers today. How about this wrestling match?
Pressing across the board with that single high safety.
Forward, first down. Looking for Friarmuth, almost intercepted. Now to Jacksonville. They bring Friarmuth tight. On the draw. Breaks one tackle. And out of bounds. Trying to set up the draw again, and that's going nowhere.
Last 9 plays from Indiana have been passes. Expect a little fair dose on the ground coming out.
And on cue, Stevie Scott lunges forward. When Stevie Scott had a really devastating ankle injury his senior year in his 3rd game, he broke his ankle. It was Mike Hart who actually happened to be there at that game. Stevie at one point was committed to play at Rutgers, but then decided he wanted to venture away from home. 3rd and long. Penix can't step into it. Hayden Whitehead, 5th-year senior out of Australia, boots it away. Dodson calls for the fair catch near midfield. Clifford, well, he didn't draw it up that way, but he had to run and it was going nowhere. DeMarcus Elliott. Keziah Holmes not going far.
Turns into zero blitz.
Clifford airs it out, looking for Parker Washington, and a flag is down.
Pass interference, defense, number 3, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic first down.
They run it again right side to Keziah Holmes. Holmes again, tripped up. Another 3rd down coming.
Micah McFadden just beating the offensive lineman to the spot. Unbelievable effort to get under that guy through and still have the physicality to get the back on the ground. We got 4 downs here for Penn State. You got to tell your quarterback, hey man, we got 2 downs here.
Push back. There he is again, Micah McFadden. They bring the B for the backfield. Kevon Lee, the true freshman. They give it to Lee, and he is stuffed! What a stand by this Hoosier defense, Cam Jones! Those baby blues are working. Dickens boys will be proud. Under 5 minutes to play. Far from over. Scott wrapped up from behind.
Peyton Hendershot just got beat. They had a chance to cut that back on the backside. Penn State just too quick. Peyton Hendershot kind of playing for him to slant across his face, and he beat him outside.
One of the best pass-catching tight ends in the country. Just one reception today. Empty backfield. As Penix wants to change things up. Complete. Has failure, makes a man miss. Stumbles.
Wow, great initial make him miss. It's not enough juice in the tank to get the conversion going. That's nice right there. Brandon Smith, that guy he just made miss. That guy is going to be a stud.
Phil, your last year led the conference in yards after the catch.
Third and 4. Interesting call with the way Michael Penix Jr.'s been playing right now. 3:28 and counting.
He wants to throw.
Got it.
Some time. Looking over the middle for his tight end Hendershot.
Wow, his defender Jair Brown fell down. Hendershot's still running. Here he is right here. Jair Brown fits him from the outside in and falls down right there. Oh boy. Michael Penix, great spot with the ball.
Right through his hands.
There's that one more, maybe. One more. Still time.
Jahan Dotson standing at his own 30. Signal for the fair catch. Clifford, eyes downfield, incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming. Taken off, first down.
53 and counting. There's still no time pressure here really with Penn State with 3 timeouts.
Clifford stepping up. Air underneath it, and it's complete. Jahan Dotson waltzes in, and Penn State answers with 2:30 to play.
Great vision by Sean Clifford as he steps up here. It starts in a single high defense. Now watch this guy. He gets out of it, and watch the middle become wide open. It's a 2-deep zone, playing it from depth. There he comes. Great route concept to take advantage of that coverage. Great eyes downfield. We said during the break to ourselves, it's still a one-play game. There was that one play.
60 yards. And Penninger right through the middle. And Hoosiers playing this game without David Ellis, a lower leg injury. Makes him unavailable for today. Penix is dropped. Level to the backfield. No surprise, Shaka Toney right there. It was 2 years ago. He had 4 sacks against the Hoosiers.
That is Caleb Jones. This is a tough matchup. We talked about this all week. Shaka Tony, just a little post, beats him around the top. Great finish.
Loss of 6.
Same thing.
Same story. Once again, copy and paste Shaka Tony.
This guy is an elite pass rusher, as Indiana's going to take the timeout. And this is just a tough matchup. Caleb Jones, 6'8", 362. Gotta try to help him out a little bit with the back or somebody else.
1st and 10 has turned out to be now 3rd and 21. Penix flashed. Hey, you got to take care of Shaka Tony. They throw it out of bounds, and Tony, as Penix finds himself all the way over by the stands.
If you watch it from the start, they had a double team initially to get it started. Michael Penix Jr. felt that kind of opening, setting up 4th and a bunch for the Hoosiers.
Shaka Tony's family has made the 11-hour drive from Philadelphia. They have said that they will not miss a game this year.
Great story by him, named captain recently, voted by his peers, was talking about how much that meant to him.
4th and 21 on the 13. Penix having to heave it. Freifogel is absolutely leveled. That's targeting for sure on Lamont Wade. Let's see if this is called. I don't see any flags. Was that clean after all?
Freifogel trying to go get it. Yeah, good hit.
All right.
Good no call.
They give to Ford. Ford can just tiptoe in.
Yeah, Coach Franklin is yelling at him. He's trying to get him to go down. When you're up 1 in that situation, obviously the only way you can lose the game is if you score here, kick an extra point. And then, yeah, he was trying to get him to get on there.
So this wasn't a showboat thing for Ford.
No.
This was him just realizing too late.
Exactly. You've seen Todd Gurley do this a couple times. Right there, those guys, his teammates, you see him yell at him to get down. Coach Franklin was on the sideline yelling for him to get down. Because now the only way Indiana can come back now, okay, you make the extra point, and it's a 1-possession game. If you don't have the ball, that's a 0-possession game. It's good math.
That's why you're the Mark. That's why, man, you are catching on to this analyst thing quickly. 28-20. Indiana with 1:42. Penix on a line. Failure has it. He's got a 1st down.
They're going on the ball. The clock is stopped. Nice job, a little clear and a deep out for 1st down yardage there for Wap. And they helped on Shaka. Shaka's out now. Oh boy.
Penix trying to step up, and he's brought down. Here's a flag. Adisa Isaac.
Adisa Isaac sees Shaka going off and also gets after Caleb Jones. He gets pressure on the quarterback, but as you said, it's going to be a 15-yard penalty.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 20. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic 1st down.
There's the matchup. Just a little flash, rip and go. Just that left hand high. You can't see exactly what they're seeing from the opposite side, but no doubt he was too high. See it here. Yep, good call. Well, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe a little shoulder pad.
It looked like that had potential to be a face mask, but I'm not sure if it was. Makes it 1st and 10. Hoosiers will take it. Here's a bullet over the middle, dropped. Freifogel. Good tight coverage. Castro Fields trying to fill that void. John Reed, Penn State's best cover corner, off to the NFL, drafted by the Texans, and Castro Fields is taking that spot.
Yeah, Castro Fields, I like this guy a lot. Smooth operator inside and outside. Really working on his transitioning skills from the back pedal to fit a route over the top. That guy's got a big time chance. Free play.
See what they do with it. Incomplete as Hewitt lost his helmet.
So he's got to go out.
Offside. Defense, number 18, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Shaka Tony, but penalties have been a problem for Penn State today.
Yep, smart to get Shaka back in at that pass rush spot. He is deadly, as we've seen, and good job of changing up your cadence.
Puts the ball to 43. Second and 5. To the sideline, complete for a first down. And there's Javon Swinton, the true freshman.
Timeout, Penn State.
Pressure. Tight coverage. And the catch is made. That was Swinton again.
Jason Owe and Shaka Tony arrived at Michael Penix Jr. at the exact same time. And just a rope to the boundary here. Watch this pressure. There's the edge pressure coming from both sides. You want to be a quarterback, huh? Great spot.
First and 10 from the 20. Penix hit again. He throws in. The catch is made by Jacoby Hewitt.
Now, if you're Indiana, slow down. Strike by Michael Penix Jr. Unbelievable catch by Hewitt. Great layout. Great coverage, really, by Tariq Castro Fields. He was covering him from outside in with that route. That's tough. Now take your time, Indiana. Slow down.
Well, Hewitt's
deep breath, get your best stuff.
His first career catch, and probably a little emotional catch too. He tore his ACL last summer, his third year in the program, and he gets his first catch, and it comes in a 2-minute offense.
Work it to a bunch set up top.
From the 6. And a traffic. And Hendershot.
Just short.
Second and goal.
James Franklin trying to get a timeout.
Prior to the snap, there was a page from replay. The previous play is under further review.
So that saves Penn State's timeout.
See Hendershot there.
Ooh, baby. That ball might be across the line.
After review, the ruling on the field stands.
Referee announcing the clock will start on my whistle. Very important.
Penix lunging forward. Pushed from behind by Stevie Scott.
No doubt about that one.
Penix is in for the touchdown.
Wow. Empty. Penn State's taking timeout. Zero blitz.
Penix trying to set up the draw. Penix is in! Tie game! Taken at midfield. How about that decision? Daniel George falling on top of it.
Boy.
What?
There's no world where that should have happened if you're Coach Allen.
He knows it. At the 49. 21 seconds to play with the timeout.
James Franklin trying to call timeout before that play.
Clifford stays on his feet and is brought down shy of the first down.
Something was awry there. Coach Franklin was sprinting down the sideline trying to get a timeout before that snap.
Specialist Jordan Stout, who knocked down the longest field goal in Penn State history, 57 yards out against Pitt.
And where are they? The 40-yard line.
the sideline, throws it away. It was Dotson.
They're going to kick with 8 seconds. This is that weird area here. It's 3rd down, 8 seconds. There's different coaches have different philosophies about how much is too much to get another play off. Try to get a little extra yardage here. But here's your exact spot, 57-yarder.
This would tie the longest field goal in school history, and one that Stout made last year.
From distance, could be a low kick. And a possibility of a block.
The ice Stout.
Charge timeout. Indiana, their 3rd and final timeout. This will be a 30-second timeout.
He's kicking into the wind.
His kickoffs today have been unbelievable, the distance.
Morgan Stout for the lead with 8 seconds. Snap good, hold good. Stout. Does he have the leg? He does not.
And of course, we have time for one more play going the other way.
It was, he was on target. He thought he got it.
Tom Allen just decided to take a knee, take his chances in the overtime.
It's called heads. We'll let it hit the ground. It's a tail. Indiana's won the toss. And they have chosen to go on defense. Which end of the field would you like to play on? All right, let's turn around. It'll be Penn State's ball, 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line at the north end zone. Good luck, gentlemen.
You got to tell your team here, if you're Indiana, if this is a scoop and score situation or an interception, that's a live ball going the other way.
Fryermuth in motion. Kept by Clifford. Clifford has the 1st down. Man, has he gotten it done on the ground today?
Yeah, I've been waiting for them to do this all night long. Showing a little zero blitz here, Indiana. No safeties, pressure.
They give to Devin Ford this time. Cam Jones, man, he's had a monster second half.
Cam Jones is a stud.
How do you feel about Penninger right now? Speaking of field goals. Missed from 25, missed from 47. Clifford wants to pass. Throw short, but Parker Washington is able to get his hands underneath it.
Yeah, nice little route there by Parker Washington. Little in and out. Be interesting to see what they come to. Coach Womack, I would anticipate him heating up. That's what they've had the most success with, and it's been kind of his go-to down here. Fryermuth is the number 3 receiver there up top. Showing a boundary pressure right now.
Need to get to the 2-yard line for a 1st down.
They're going to bluff out and probably double John Dotson. Yep, they're doubling him.
Clifford flushed, scrambling, rolling. To the end zone and touchdown. Caught Parker Washington. Number 1 of his young, promising career, the true freshman. It knuckles its way through. Three touchdown passes and 1 on the ground for Sean Clifford, redshirt junior, 2nd-year starter.
And just the mental toughness of these two quarterbacks playing through everything that's occurred to play at the level on the last couple drives is very impressive. Michael Penix Jr. trying to pick up where he left off. And again, tough matchups on both edge here if you're Indiana. Still got to help out that pass rush.
And Indiana's got to find pay dirt. Sling it out to Stevie Scott. Running back out of the backfield. Just shy of the first down marker.
Great start. 9-yard gain, 2nd and 1. Again, anything in your playbook you got a wrong down marker up top. It's 2nd down.
Now Penix was the man on the last drive for the Hoosiers. He was 5 of 6 passing for 54 yards. He ran one in, then also ran the 2-point conversion in. Back to Scott. First down. Met and dropped. Ellis Brooks the first to find him. First down Hoosiers.
It's always interesting to see who you trust, who you like in these situations. Stevie Scott the third through the air, then on the ground. Nose is just inside the 10, so they can't get a first down here. It's 1st and goal. Did you say that? Because you're the best, right? You said that.
You got us covered. They feed Scott again. He spins and is able to fall forward for a couple of yards. Shakatoni right there.
Everything is 4-down territory, obviously, at this situation. That's a Jair Brown for Brandon Smith coverage exchange right there, I would imagine.
Tom Allen, a lot of conversation going on the sideline.
Yeah, they're going to be talking to, are we going for 2 or we're kicking it? He's going to be trying to make that decision as soon as possible if he hasn't already.
Been talking to Mike Hart. Back to Stevie Scott. And he just tries to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's been all Scott so far in overtime for the Hoosiers.
Just need to triple team Stevie Scott the third. Freiermuth, sorry, not Freiermuth, Hendershot. Another prolific tight end. Inline down here, bunch set up top. 3 over 3.
Hendershot's been quiet today, just a couple of catches.
What they did last time out of this, protected with the tight end and the back and played a 3-man game with that bunch up top. Same thing.
3rd and goal.
Hendershot on the delay.
The pump, the strike, the catch, and he's in for a touchdown. What failure!
Just a great ball. We'll take a look at it. It's a back shoulder. Wop failure. Couldn't finish the game last year. He's trying to finish it this time. 2 hands, 1 foot. Let's see if the ball moves or comes out at all. That looks clean, clean, clean. Great job by Peyton Hendershot to help out in protection. He chunked the edge rush of Shakatoni and released as an outlet. They didn't need it because they had the back shoulder shot. And we'll see what Tom Allen decides here. 1 or 2. Great spot. Such a great spot with the ball by Michael Penix Jr. Gives you a 4th down play if he doesn't make that great catch. Tom Allen rolling the dice. He said, well, 1 more. Looks like it's going to be 2 points.
All right, this is the game right here. Hoosiers get in and they win. Looking for their first win against a top 10 team since 1987.
James Franklin taking a timeout.
Charge timeout, Penn State. Their first and only timeout for this overtime period. 30-second timeout.
Be ready for a 2-man game by the remaining 2 receivers. Here it is.
Indiana has to find the end zone. It comes down to this play. Penix steps up. Flushed. Penix going for the pylon.
Does he have possession? Oh my gosh. He's not down, is he? How about that full strength, full spread? Is anything out of bounds? Wow. Wow.
There's a
22-foot long jumper in high school. I think he's in bounds. Nothing hits. Oh,
Does the ball
shoot,
go
no,
down?
It doesn't, yeah.
Does the ball?
Show that angle again. Hold. That might be different. Oh, my goodness.
The nose of the ball. Does it hit the white before it hits the orange?
Wow. Game of milli-inches. Look at the athleticism. Look at the effort from just Brisker getting over the top.
Mike Pereira, our best friend tonight. What are you making?
Well, again, I think they ruled on the field that it was successful. Now the question is, did the tip of the ball break the plane before it actually landed out of bounds? And that's going to be the decision. Certainly hits the ground before the pylon, but does it break the plane there? I just don't see how you can overturn this. And again, it's that close, but again, he's up, so he doesn't hit out of bounds, but
So
does
right there,
that
right?
break the plane? Yeah.
Right there, does the plane, yeah, gosh, you don't see the point of the ball, as you're saying, Mike. Wow.
It's just so tight, and almost the way that this game should be when it gets down to this play. But again, and we'll get maybe another look here.
Now, this is incredible.
Unbelievable. You could see,
Yeah.
you could see it develop in front of him. There was an opening that looked like a lot of grass. Such an incredible effort by Brisker coming from the backside.
This is why it's so great to have Big Ten football back. I mean, what a great game, and it's all going to boil down to a couple of inches.
I'll tell you what, in that we just saw, it seems like the ball hits the ground out of bounds before it hits the pylon. I realize we're breaking this down to the millimeters and milliseconds.
I mean, it is. We're taking it down to inches, and it does hit the ground before it hits the pylon out of bounds. But again, did the ball break the plane? Had it broken the plane when it touches?
Let's see if this angle
So
gives
the
us a
front
better
point
look.
is what he's done right there, yep.
Oh. Regardless of the outcome of this call, this is an incredible play by Michael Penix Jr.
Incredible play by both sides, and incredible battle by both quarterbacks to battle back. Very impressed by Tom Allen's program building, regardless of, here's the verdict.
After review, the rolling on the field stands, touchdown.
Amazing! Amazing finish! Tom Allen gets his first ever top 25 win, and for the first time since 1987, Indiana has knocked out a top 10 team.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. Class act, James Franklin right there, waiting for Tom Allen to get over. Class act by Tom Allen being who he is. And just an unbelievable finish, a coaching clinic in that last 5 minutes of football.
Really, all I seen basically was an opportunity, opportunity to go out, just show the world that, Indiana Hoosiers, what we're all about, So basically, they played man, everybody got covered up, and so I had to scramble. I have to make a play. It's 2-point conversion, so you got to score or we lose the game, and I couldn't let the team down. So I definitely went out and just gave it my all, relentless effort by the whole offense. Them guys fought the whole game, kept a 1-0 mindset.
I think he showed a whole lot. He didn't play very well. Offense didn't play very well for the majority of the game, and that's part of it. We hadn't played football in a long time in a game, and he hadn't played even a longer time because he got hurt last November. So he took some shots, showed toughness, overcame some drops, overcame some miscues and mistimings and all those different things. And when it counted and when we had to have it, he made the play. And that's what great players do. They come up big when the game's on the line. And he led our team down the field, scored, got the 2-point conversion the first time, and then got it again. So that just shows you his moxie. That's the reason why he was voted captain unanimously by this team. They believe in him, and I believe in him, and I think he's really, really special. So You got to have a great quarterback if you're going to beat a top 10 team in the country, and that's what we've got.
Definitely exciting that we could capitalize on, the overtime win, but I think, there was just outstanding belief on the whole sideline. Nobody was hanging their head when they went up, and I think that really shows just how together this team is, how much of a family we are.